Staff, management, or ownership of this station. It's time to get on the right path with Right Path Real Estate Radio with Tom Perry and Jason Bible. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking action and succeeding today.
Hey, Nikki, there?
Yeah.
Okay. We're here.
Okay. I knew.
Get ready. The guys that will put your fears behind you are on the air now. They're taking calls at 713-785-1817. Toll free 877-881-0271. Here's Tom and Jason.
Hot mics.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. I'm still in the zone from my Facebook Live this morning. I got all fired up.
You know, I missed that. What was it about?
Well, it's about people being too stupid to change.
Oh,
That's
shit.
literally what I called it. You're too stupid to change. And that's a little blunt, and it had a little potty talk in it, so Mom, be careful. A little potty talk in that one. You know, I was at, I did this event last night. I am the official guest host of the Fort Bend RIA. It was a great event. And Michael Plax was on stage talking about the new tax laws, changes in taxes and all that stuff. And he says, here's one thing you got to realize. Much like Obamacare, we don't know what's in this thing.
Because nobody's read it?
Well, everybody's read it, but how it gets interpreted.
Right, yeah,
how
right.
It
Yeah.
And he brought up a great point. He said, look, one of the things you got to realize is Obamacare is 7 years old, and there's still a bunch of stuff in there that has yet to be interpreted.
Right.
It's 7 years.
Right.
So he said, look, this is the best we know to date. He said, there's something I said a month ago that is not true today based off our interpretation. And so I thought, isn't that interesting when you look at, and I started thinking, people who are successful are the ones that change. Not necessarily change their strategy or their goals, that sort of thing, but the ones that are willing to change.
Yeah.
Those are the folks that are most successful. And so today's theme of the show is opportunity cost. And what's the opportunity cost for not changing, for not doing like things that we recommend? Your opportunity cost is your retirement. That's the cost of not doing. Your opportunity cost is your retirement. So if you decide not to invest in real estate, here's what I tell you. Your retirement is at risk. There's no other way to put it. I mean, 8 out of 10 millionaires come from real estate. So if you're not doing real estate, good luck with the stock market. That was awesome this week, wasn't it? How awesome was that, the first of the week?
It kind of took a dump.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great. There's a thread right now on Reddit. This guy had been working the VIX. He had been working the volatility index for about 3 years and turned, I want to say, $40,000 into about $4 million. Some of that money was borrowed.
Uh-oh.
And he lost it all.
Oh, geez.
The Muppets got killed this week. So you got to ask yourself, guys, and it was so fascinating. Here's something very instructive.
And what was he? I mean, he was, hopefully he was not suicidal, right?
No, he was just like, man, I lost everything, and I lost some friends' money. He's like,
geez.
I had $4 million at one point, right? I mean, it was awful, and he can't get it back. He was in a number of those funds that literally closed overnight. They lost 90% of their value overnight and stopped trading. Boom, gone. Bankrupt, gone. A lot of people think that, oh, well, the government comes and bails these things out. No, they don't.
Yeah, right.
Not the smaller stuff. You have a little flash crash like this, it hits those floor triggers, boom, liquidation event, fund gone, here's what's left of your money, we're out.
Yeah.
That happens frequently.
Yeah.
It doesn't make the news, but it happens.
Well, I've been, some of the posts that have been on Facebook lately about all the cryptocurrency stuff, and it's amazing to me how many people buy into this herd mentality of like, yeah, it's going to go up, and we'll buy it when it's low, and if it drops, we'll just buy more, and we sell it on the way down, we buy it on the way up. Yeah, it sounds great to talk about that, but most people are like, well, you got to buy low, sell high. Everybody knows that, right?
Yeah.
And, buy it on the way down. Well, I thought you were going to sell it at the top and write it down.
Write it down,
So,
yeah.
wait, are you going to dollar cost average and get a lower price? Or, I mean, you can't do both, right?
Yeah.
You can't it's like if you could look historically and say, oh, man, I bought it here, I sold it there, sold
Right.
even more, I shorted it here. Yeah, you can become a millionaire on paper if you have that crystal ball called history, right? But not knowing the future, you have no idea. Is it going to go up? Is crypto going to be up or down tomorrow? No nobody
idea.
knows. So are you going to short it? You're going to go long it? I mean,
don't know.
if you're doing something today, so the only way that I know to be an investor is to buy something that you know is going to appreciate over time, something that's really tangible. And that's what I don't like about crypto is it's not tangible. Now, I almost texted you when I read this quote last night. I was reading right before I went to bed, but then I glanced at the time and it was close to 1, and I thought, he might be asleep.
I might be asleep at 1.
So I
was
decided
asleep.
decided I'd wait.
Look
till
at
this
you,
morning.
late night reader.
Right, exactly.
Somebody couldn't go to bed.
So read this. It says there's a difference between knowing the path and walking the path.
That's right.
I
Yes.
love that quote.
From the Matrix.
Right.
Yes.
Morpheus said it. There's a difference between knowing the path and walking the path. And one of the things that we see, we've been talking about this over the last couple of days, is it seems like there's a ton of people that are looking for quote unquote the secret.
What's the secret?
I had a guy came up to me at the weekend retreat, the last weekend retreat, and he goes, "Hey, what's the best way to find those super motivated sellers?" And I'm like, yeah, Jason's going to be talking about marketing, later in the afternoon.
Like 6 hours.
No, I don't want you to talk in front of the whole crowd. It's just something, you can let me know the secret. And it's like, most people that we buy from, they're not really, quote unquote, motivated sellers. I mean, I think that's what the gurus teach that doesn't work. The secret is you find somebody that's selling an asset that needs work and they value time over money. And that's the quote-unquote secret. But, what's the secret to being a Super Bowl champion? Yeah, you know what? It's a plan that's executed, well-disciplined, and there's a little bit of luck involved, right? Because you got to, not have injuries and those kind of things. But it's a plan there's no such thing as an overnight Super Bowl champion.
No.
I mean, it's hard work executed over time consistently. It's consistency and persistency. And so what happens is like we can tell people, hey, you got to do X, Y, and Z or A, B, and C, whatever that is, right? And then what ends up happening is that instead of somebody actually executing that plan, what they want to do is go look to some other mentor or coach, if you will, some guru to say, oh, man, I got the secret.
Here's the secret. Man.
I was just getting a text from one of our students, and they're in a deal with another investor, and they can't really agree on their exit strategy. I mean, they can all agree they want to sell it, but it's pricing and all that kind of stuff. And they've been flipping through different agents, and the reality is, I would argue that there's some people that are tends at being agents, and there's other people not. But if you compare like 3 people that are all tends at being agents, I don't know that you could split hairs about which one you should pick. Just throw a dart, whichever one it hits, that's the one you should go with. There's personal preference and neighborhoods and things like that. But oh man, this guy, he's the #1 agent, blah blah blah, in the bazillionaire galaxy, And he's like, it's like, okay, so what could his secret possibly be? You're gonna market the house. Number one way to market the house is put it on HAR.
Yep, put it on MLS.
You could put out some flyers and some extra signs. Our experience has been open houses, are marginal at best in terms of moving the needle. And so really price, more than anything, sets – if a house is on the market for 200 days, what I can tell you is it's overpriced.
Yes.
According to the marketplace. So you got to lower the price.
Now,
I don't know that I can bring in another super agent that's got some secret – because, secrets don't last in the marketplace for very long. You might have a competitive advantage for, 30 days?
Yeah, so we get, because of the amount of money we spend on Google, we sometimes get a hold of certain products as they're being beta tested before they roll them out. And not just Google, but Facebook and some other places. So we get to test some things out in the real estate space before some other people do. And we get a little advantage for a while, but
maybe
like
30
you said,
days.
it's 30 days, right?
Yeah, we might have a secret for 30 days, and then it's out.
Here's the problem with the crypto crowd.
And you can't, you know what? You can't build a business on a 30-day secret advantage.
No.
I mean, you just can't. I mean, if you're going to be here, Coca-Cola hasn't built a business based on some secret, I mean, other than their formula for Coke.
That's right.
Right? That's their secret, right?
Here's the problem. most real estate investors, and I hear it all on this radio station, where it's, let's go do the Wall Street trading stuff, right? And so if you're going to invest in something, you need to know about it in an intimate detail. So when I look at investing in a company, I need to know, A, how to read financial statements, B, know what they mean, C, know what industry the company is in, the D, I mean, you start going down the list of, I need to know what the company's doing, what's their competitive advantage. I got to know all this stuff before I invest in it.
Yeah, you got to know about the management. I mean, like not just the CEO. Like, how old is the CEO? Is he healthy? How long has he been there? What's his? I mean, you got to know the resume of all the top executives, and
so you got to learn all this.
I guarantee
to make
you, Buffett
one,
knows all that.
Yeah, he does. To know one trade, or I could learn how to do single-family real estate, and what I learned today will last a lifetime. It's just like all these guys
But
spending
Jason, I know
time.
this guy, and what he
he's
did,
a guru.
What he did is, he took $40,000 and he turned it into $200,000 in like the last 60 days.
Yeah,
And so he knows what he's doing.
you've got to invest in building a legacy. This isn't a radio show for just investing. It's a radio show to build your legacy. It's a radio show to change your family tree. If you want to make some money, there's all kinds of ways to make money. If you want to be hustling for the next thing. But if you want to build a legacy, if you want to retire and not have to worry about what's going to happen when the market changes, what happens when an algorithm goes rogue out of an ETF that has an enormous amount of leverage on the market. And if you don't know what any of that stuff means, it doesn't really matter. You can look it all up. In fact, probably the worst thing that's happened in the last 40 years in investing is ERISA combined with the ETF. That is the worst thing that's happened. That's why you're seeing all this wild stuff happens out of nowhere, because an algorithm goes rogue. And all of a sudden, your retirement account goes from a positive 20 to 30% that year to a negative 90. Now what do you do?
That's bad, right?
That's a bad, it could be a bad thing if you want to make money. We get back from the break. We're going to talk more about single-family real estate. It's Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mike's off, guys.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes or binders? The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. We're here for you. Are you a rehabber, wholesaler, buy and hold, or flipper? Bundling your properties on a single policy will help save time and money. Benchmark has been in business for over 10 years, and we insure over 30,000 properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor package. Call us and let us
Hey
show
guys,
you
there's a
what we
caller.
can do for you.
Okay, cool.
At 281-569-4353.
Troy from Houston. All right.
That's
Yep, Troy from Houston.
281-569-4353.
Troy.
Or
Troy, correct.
online
Yeah.
at
Troy.
benchmarkbroker.com. That's
Troy.
Benchmark Broker.
All right, I'll let you come back with the caller.
I'm just messing with you. Hey, Nikki, how's my volume?
Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Nikki?
Sorry,
Nikki?
yeah?
Did
Yeah, how's
you
my
know that
volume?
There are over
guys are
$24
good.
All right,
trillion
cool.
dollars in retirement accounts.
I look
in
at where
the
I'm
US.
set now versus
Imagine
where I
if
was
you
set
could
when we
use
started the show.
someone's IRA to fund all of your deals.
What?
Well,
What do you mean?
you can.
where
Quest
you
IRA
set
is
the.
based locally
Yeah, I
here in
turned you
Houston,
way
Texas.
down.
Yeah.
At
Well,
Quest
because you were
IRA,
pegging
we
the
offer
red thing.
retirement
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
They can be used to invest in real estate, promissory notes, private entities,
Tom needs
and
no
much more.
microphone.
Yeah,
Many
right.
of our clients loan money from
Yeah, you
their
can probably
IRAs
scream from here
to
and they'll
fund
pick you
real
up at the
estate deals
station.
all over the country. We don't sell
So-
any investments or give advice. However, we do hold
So when I was in
networking
first grade,
events,
I was in
weekly
this play.
educational classes,
It's called The
and
Littlest
free
Christmas Tree,
consultations with an IRA
and I
specialist.
was
For
the
more
littlest Christmas
information,
tree, so I had to
visit
lead
our
in this play,
website
right?
at
So
questira.com
everybody in the play got a
or
mic
call us
except for
at
me.
1-855-FUN-IRAs. To tap into the $24 trillion
Apparently I didn't
in
need a mic back
retirement
then.
accounts in the U.S., call Quest IRA at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or go to our
Oh, how much is
website,
that?
questira.com.
105.
Are you
Are you
expecting to
serious?
close
No, come
accurately,
on.
on
I wouldn't
time,
want
and
that.
with lots of communication on your
Rather
home
have a Tesla.
purchase? You've come to the right place. I'm Jennifer Hernandez,
Much for
Senior
that one?
Loan Officer with Legacy Mutual
Oh,
Mortgage.
lease.
Our goal is to give
Oh,
our borrowers and
that's
referral
nice.
partners an
How many
amazing
miles on that?
experience during the loan process. My team believes in putting people and culture before results.
Yeah, I was shopping
Our
Teslas this
company
morning.
concentrates on building those teams who
pretty sweet.
operate with structure, process,
Now,
and recognition for going the extra
Probably
mile
great for you.
you.
I hear these
This way,
these
we
are
have the
a
energy to
nightmare
make
to
this
get
your
in and out
best
of.
home
Oh, yeah.
purchase
Yeah.
ever.
I don't
Give
know
us
that
a
I'd have
call
that problem.
today to find out the simple steps to get started.
There's
I'm
not much
Jennifer
to them. It's
Hernandez,
Right.
all
the
aluminum. It's
Hernandez
pretty cool.
team at Legacy Mutual Mortgage.
Well, you know, I had an
This right here
MR2
is
for a
sick.
bunch of years. I put 225,000 miles on an MR2.
Wow.
579
That is
Oh, the
bad.
rough, yeah.
3611. Again, jennifer.legacymutual.com.
How much is that?
We can't wait to
They're
consult
about
with
17.
you soon.
Oh, jeez.
NMLS 514497.
These are all. What
Equal
year is
housing
this?
opportunity
90, 84. So it's an air
NMLS
cooled.
514497.
Air cooled ones are.
Are you looking
so
for an
expensive.
investor-friendly
Yeah.
general
All right, 1 minute,
contractor for
guys.
your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at
And most of these are not
fasttrackremodeling.com.
not
Fast
running.
Track Remodeling
No, these are all-
specializes in turnkey remodeling,
This website
single-family
used to be
investment
for like the
properties.
project
Whether
guys
it's
and
a
all.
flip
Now it's
rehab
all
or a rental rehab,
nice stuff.
We manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
These right here have
Over the
gotten
last 6 years,
ridiculously
Fast Track has
expensive.
completed
Oh,
over
yeah.
700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3 keys to
When
success.
BMW
Use
actually
a
built
detailed scope
a
of work
real
so that
driving
everything
machine.
gets done. Train and maintain quality crews
saying they
so
don't?
it gets done
Not
right,
really.
and
Right.
complete the
The
work in a
M1's
proper
pretty cool,
order
but they
so
got
it
rid of
gets done
that.
fast.
Yeah.
No more managing it yourself. No more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992.
Price on these
or
has gone
reach
through
us
the
on the
roof,
web
too.
at fasttrackremodeling.com.
This is Business 1110.
98.
All right, fellas, don't forget about the caller.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. Want to go straight to the phones. Have a caller, Troy from Houston. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Troy, what's up? How can we help you?
Yeah, so the other day when I was listening in, I heard an advertisement for a lady that helps with title processing in-house. I was wondering if you could help me find that lady again.
With title processing in-house, you mean like transaction coordination? Or are you talking about actually solving title problems? What are you looking to have done?
A little bit of both. Pretty much like just, you know how the escrow is supposed to help carry along the title and do most of the work?
Right.
We have somebody in-house that helps with that.
Okay.
Pretty much like yeah. Because we're running like 10 deals a month right now, and I guess our title company is a little overworked.
Yes.
So they're not giving us the full attention we need.
Right. Is it a local, or you're in Houston, right? If it's a local investor-friendly title company that does a large volume, then I know who it is that you're talking about, and I don't know if you've been talking with the management or the owners or anything like that, but that situation is a temporary situation. Now, we do a little more than 10 houses a month right now, and we have an in-house person. So do y'all have an in-house person, or you contract that out right now?
That's what we're kind of looking for.
Okay.
To
So we don't have a radio show sponsor that does that, and it must have been a show that Jason was doing, because I don't know that. But if I do have a person I can refer to you off air, but I don't want to put it out on the air so if you'll send an email to support@rightpathrealestate.com, then we can get you that info.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay. So just email us.
I will tell you this: if you're doing that much volume, you need to staff up. You need to hire some full time in your office.
Definitely agree.
Yeah, and just so you know, that's probably like a $50,000 to $60,000 a year person is what you should be budgeting for that. And when you break it out per file, I mean, it's about $1,000 a file, something like that, if you're doing, or $500 to $1,000 a file, depending on the size.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and what you'll find is when you have that person in house, they more than make up that $500 to $1,000 per
Yes.
file, just in terms of missed stuff. Whether it's earnest money, deposits, whatever it is. So anyhow.
Cool. All right.
That's what we were figuring, just because, yeah. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
awesome.
So send an email. That's a great question. So, yeah. In fact, yesterday I got a phone call from we were talking to because we use a couple of different title companies, two primarily, and so this second one we bought a house recently in Channelview, and it turns out that this lady had deeded the house from her. She owned it at free and clear. She deeded it from herself to her son, from her son back to herself, from herself back to her son, from her son back to herself. And each time she would go down to the HOA and transfer it. Well, then the HOA created 2 separate accounts for one address. To me, it seems like, you have one account per address, and then you're done.
Or maybe
right?
the address is the account.
Yeah, right. Maybe that, right?
That would make a lot more sense.
And then you just say, who's the billing contact info, right? So they ended up having, like, the son ended up having one account, and then she had an account. And so we've closed on the file, and they had gotten a payoff from the HOA saying this is how much was owed and blah, blah, blah. Well, lo and behold, there's another dollar amount. And for whatever reason, this lady went back and said to the HOA as soon as we closed and said, hey, we've closed on the house, and I don't own it anymore, so we're done. And they're like, well, no. Under that address, there's this other account. So then they reached out to the title company and said, hey, we missed this. And the title company's like, yeah, that's
sorry,
your bad.
bro.
Yeah. Well, anyhow, and it's not part of our deal, and because we did a very short-term lease back, we withheld like $2,000, and so now she wants her money, and the title company's like, hey, can we draft that money out of? I'm like, hey, that's between you and the HOA, right? So, anyhow,
if there's one organization, I think it's not the HOA, it's usually these management companies.
Yeah.
They charge $150 to $250 a file to transfer the name of the HOA. In other words, so when we go buy a house, we have to now put our name with the HOA. It basically says, for all intents and purposes, all you're doing is changing the billing address for the HOA.
Right.
And that's in some cases, $150 to $250 charge each time you do it. It's like, surely with this thing called technology, we could just change the address online.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like...
Well, in fact, there was a house that we sold, south of Braeswood. You might know the house right after the flood and all that. It didn't get flooded. And in order to do any kind of request for, like, a transfer of ownership, you've got to submit all of those pre-title closing things. All that request has to be done online before anything ever happens, and it's like a $150 fee for you to get the payoffs and all that. It's like, oh my God, that's not even the transfer fee.
Yeah,
that's just the request for any fees that are owed. It's like, oh my God.
We had a friend of ours that HOA was holding the deal hostage, and he essentially called their attorney and said, "We're about to sue you guys. Go ahead and get your insurance fired up." And the attorney was like, "You'll have a payoff in an hour."
Yeah, right, yeah.
I mean, it was like,
the president of the HOA had his mad
panties in the water.
Yeah,
about
he was
something.
mad at the previous owner.
That's right.
Right.
So, anyways, HOAs are fun to deal with. We're not here to talk about HOAs. We're here to talk about building income and wealth with real estate. And how do you do that? You got to have cash flow and equity. And most real estate investors do well with one, but not with both.
Yeah, in fact, at the landlord meeting that I was at Monday night, there was a lady. She's got like 9 houses, all in Beaumont, and she's bought like 4 houses in the last 4 years. I mean, she's not setting the world on fire, but
that's okay. Consistency's good.
Consistent, and she's I'll just say she's over the age of 65. And won't give the exact age or anything like that. And I said, well, what's your average rental rate? And she said about $500 a month.
Oh,
and
that doesn't sound right even for Beaumont.
Yeah, right. And then I started. What part of Beaumont? Well, half are north of I-10, half are south of I-10. That's kind of the demarcation. She goes, they're really pretty much all over Beaumont. I'm like, yeah, but I mean, all over. It's a little bit like saying they're all over Katy. It's just,
yeah, guys. So for those of y'all outside of Texas, Beaumont is east of Houston about an hour.
About an hour and a half.
About an hour and a half,
depending on traffic.
Between here and Louisiana, and
it's about 100 miles.
It's pretty small.
Yeah.
It's pretty small. Although
it's about 100,000 folks.
Yeah,
I mean, it's probably about the same size as like a maybe not as big as a Bryan College Station combined, but bigger than like a Brenham.
Yeah,
yeah.
And the people in Cincinnati and Ohio and like Philly and all, they're
we
like
just
that.
Lost all them. Right?
Yeah, they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, it's a small bedroom community. A lot of blue collar stuff. Some people work in Houston. A lot of refineries.
A lot of chemical plants. Right.
So a lot of petrochem out there. And so in any case, so she's renting these houses out. So what's the story
here? Well, and so she said, one of her buying criteria is she looks for houses that are close to the bus routes. because most of our houses are within, a
It
couple.
could be why they rent for $500 a month, right?
and that's I'm like, you're never gonna have any appreciation. You're building income, but you're not building any wealth. And so, one of the things that we teach is wealth and income. And I'm like, first of all, I was like, why are you here? Well, I'm looking for a few secrets on how to do what I'm doing better.
My gosh.
And I'm like, that word. If I hear that word secret,
I'll tell you what,
time.
I am so, aside from the weekend retreat, I'm so looking forward to the next landlord workshop because I heard what was talked about while I wasn't there Monday.
Yeah.
And I'm going to drop some bombs on these people. It is going to be, I'm so excited. Tom and I are presenting at the landlord workshop. It's an invite-only meeting. You've got to be pre-approved, all this stuff. Anyways, we don't publicly advertise it. It's a small group of people.
It's not on our calendar.
It's not on our calendar. 80, 90 people. I
Not on our
cannot
public
wait
calendar.
to teach at the landlord workshop because it's that stuff, right? It's like
Right.
the secrets. So then she's like, I'm looking for a few secrets so I can buy some more terrible rental properties.
Yeah, right. And that's why I was like, your house, your 9 houses are going to be worth exactly what they're worth today, 10 years from now.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, yeah, I guess I never really thought about that. And so it's there's two things. It's education plus doing, right?
Yes.
And most people mess up. You would think, it's education plus doing equals success. That's the formula, right? Now, it's not like the secret education. It's just like it's not rocket surgery what we do. There's a lot of moving parts to it. But there's a few metrics that if you keep track of those few metrics, you can just lather, rinse, repeat over and over and over again. And we can just teach people how to do base hit after base hit after base hit and after base hit after base hit. And, you can score a lot of runs on base hits.
You sure can. But I'll tell you what, if you don't have the right education like she doesn't,
right?
Where you can buy a whole bunch of these rental properties that makes you $500 a year,
right?
Or $500 a month,
right?
Sounds great on paper. Here's the problem: you can go into a different neighborhood,
right? Spend the same amount of money.
Spend the same amount of money, get something that cash flows $1,000 a month, and you get anywhere between 5 and 15% a year appreciation. Here's
but
the
is that
reality.
a good thing? But then you just have to pay more in taxes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! Last night, Michael Plax blew that one up. He goes, He said, and he just outright just like lets it fly. He goes, I do taxes for a lot of people. If you're not paying any taxes, or you're not paying any taxes,
you're not
you don't
making
make
any
any money.
Right? Yeah, right.
So somebody starts bragging about, I don't pay any taxes. It's because you don't make any money. You want to pay a massive amount of taxes. And now it's terrible too. I don't like writing that check, but it means you're successful. That's what it means, right? Pay the taxes.
Yeah, now there are ways to legally minimize your tax liability and things like that. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's rare that you can make a lot of money and have your tax burden be zero.
In the long term, you end up in jail. At
Yeah,
some
right.
point.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
over the long term, here's what I'll tell you. This is the big mistake I see a lot of people doing.
1 minute.
They're losing $1,000 a month every time they're not buying a house. $150,000 house that appreciates 5% a year. That's $7,500, and it should cash flow them about $300 a month with a 30-year fixed rate mortgage on it. It's $1,000 a month that you are missing out on. Every time you are not buying a house, every month you're not buying a house, you're losing $1,000.
So I want you to explain after the break how a $300 a month cash flow makes
works?
you $1,000 a month. I mean,
Yes.
Yeah.
We get back from the break. Jason Bible, Tom Perry, Right Path Real Estate.
Mic's off.
Yeah, I couldn't exactly do those 2 days in a row.
Were they hurting you after last night?
I had this line that just went all the way up this way. That was just where it hits.
Yeah.
Man, it was irritating.
Was it a throbbing?
It was a hurting. Yeah.
These used to bother me right here.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I wear them long enough, they do break in.
Specialize in protecting real estate investors in all 50 states. In addition to structuring your business,
One skin or the other is going to give in.
That's right. And mine regenerates.
Right.
We have 150 employees that range from lawyers to CPAs to estate planners and much more. Download our free ebook, The Invisible Investor Strategy, today at AndersonAdvisors.com or call for a free risk reduction analysis.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
and
day out
financial
there.
Blueprint at 800.
I'm gonna refinish.
4741. Anderson Business Advisors will help you keep more.
I just,
of what you earn.
no, I'm good.
Call us today at 800-706-4741 and mention Right Path Real Estate.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree. Single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a 9% preferred return and up to a 13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
Do you have cracks in your brick, doors that stick, or sheetrock that's coming apart? Then you may have foundation movement. Due to our expansive soils in the Houston area, it's probably not a question of if you have movement, but when. Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased foundation evaluation. Foundation Check has been in business since 2009 and has completed over 1,400 evaluations. We're not in the business of repairing foundations or selling you unnecessary pier work, but we are in the business of evaluating your foundation. Our product is designed for house flippers, landlords, or even owner-occupied properties. Each of our files is reviewed by a licensed engineer. Remember to check before ever repair. Call 346-702-3825. That's 346-702-3825. Or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is,
Oh.
you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
As a real estate investor, you
All right,
rely
1
on your
minute.
property
Oh,
inspector
let's
to
do
determine the
this.
current condition of the home
Hey,
and
good morning,
your
Michael.
potential return on investment. Principal Inspections was founded by investor Jeremy Humphrey to do just that. Working from the investor's point of view, Principal Inspections will give you turnkey inspections that are high quality, affordable, and focused on information pertinent to investors while not clouding the report with unnecessary details. Founder Jeremy Humphrey comes from a family of real estate investors. He started Principal Inspections for investors because as an investor himself, he experienced the need for fast, quality inspections with information directly pertaining to property condition and potential resale value. Principal Inspections will save you time and money. Call Principal Inspections, 832-684-5516. That's 832-684-5516. Or go online to principalinspections.com. That's principalinspections.com. License number 21264.
This is Business 1110.
Let me call my wife so I can tell her I'll be late. I want to easy
How much?
money.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio. What we're talking about is easy money. It isn't easy being cheesy.
Yeah. I don't know if there is any real easy money
Yeah,
out there. Yeah, you could get some every now and then, but long term, it's not going to be easy. You have to spend some time.
Well, it's like, you've talked about for a long time that, the guy that we used to see that, spent like, what, $400 in marketing, got a $100,000 wholesale deal.
Yeah.
And then where is he? He got
Guy's
some easy
gone.
money. Yeah, right. So what did he do with that money? I mean, by now it's probably spent, right? He didn't reinvest that back into his business to really, grow and scale that because, $400 of the marketing, $100,000 wholesale fee. I mean, that is Game 7 World Series Grand Slam home run kind of rare. Walk-off home run, bottom of the ninth, Grand Slam. It's not just a Grand Slam. I mean, it's like, it's so rare. It's the bottom of the ninth, Game 7 World Series Grand Slam
it's
kind
crazy
of thing.
rare.
Yeah, it's crazy rare. So
Let's talk about how real people build
Yeah,
wealth.
right,
Right.
yeah.
All right. So let's say you go in $150,000 house. You go in and you put, let's say you put 20% down. So you're out of pocket. For all intents and purposes, you'd probably be out of pocket about $30,000. So you've got a loan for $120,000, right? So you're looking at probably what, $800 a month payment, if that.
I'd probably round
sorry,
to 900.
900. Hold
Yeah.
on. I got my little mortgage calculator here.
Okay.
Let's do 120. 120,000 bucks.
At 6%?
At 6%, it's $719
Licky licky.
on a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. So your payment $725. Let's just round it up. Make math easy. $725. Taxes are probably what? $200 a month? $250?
Sure.
We call it $250. So $250 and $725 is what? $975? Is that
Sounds
right?
good. Sounds good.
Sound $975. Your property insurance probably run you $100 a month. So now we're at $1075.
Yep.
HOA probably another $50 a month, probably $600 a year. So we're at an even $1,100.
Yep.
And then let's just go ahead and plan for $100 for property management. So you're all in for $1,200 a month. Property probably rents for $1,500 a month. So $1,200 minus $1,500 is what?
$300.
$300 a month. Great.
How to use my fingers.
How do
just kidding.
How do you carry the zero with your fingers?
Right.
There's 2 zeros there. All right, so cash flow is $300 a month. We know in certain neighborhoods in Houston that areas are appreciating anywhere between 5 and 15% per year. 5 to 15%. Let's call that number 5 the lowest number.
Well, but because I'm really good at we ought to bank on 15.
Yeah, because I'm really good. Yeah, because I can push the numbers. I
Right.
love that.
Uh-huh.
Like you can push the numbers in an economy. So let's call that number 5%. Let's take the low number. Now, does it appreciate on the $30,000 you put down? Is it 5% of $30,000 or 5% of $150,000? It's the 5% of 150 because it's what the house is worth. So if that house is appreciating at 5% a year, the house is worth $150,000 when you buy it. That means in 12 months, it's going to be worth $750 more. Or I'm sorry, $7,500 more.
Right.
$7,500 in appreciation.
That's about $625 a month.
Yes.
In appreciation.
Plus, you're also going to make what? $300 a month in cash flow?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Forgot about the cash flow. You're making nearly $1,000
I
a
don't know,
month.
Jason, it's $925. But what about vacancies?
What about vacancies? Add them in there if you want. I don't care.
What about when the tenant tears up the carpet?
Okay, replace the carpet. Clean it. I mean, shoot.
Yeah, people will they'll make an excuse for not getting active. And what's amazing to me is that their current plan is let's just throw money into the stock market and hope.
What I find fascinating is when you look at, and Andy and I have been working on a couple of different spreadsheets. What's amazing, and what's been our experience, I'll tell you this right now. And shoot, you guys, come to our event Thursday night. Come to our event Thursday night and talk to other investors in the room. They'll tell you their houses have doubled in value in less than 5 years. So here's the smart play.
Well, that's because they knew the secret.
Oh, that's right. It's the secret. No, they knew where to invest. And I don't want to say that's a secret, but you got to be educated, right? You got to be educated by the right folks. What's amazing to me is you can buy a house with 5% appreciation, and you could buy 2 houses in that neighborhood, and in 5 years sell one and pay off the other one. I want to say that again, so everybody's on the same page here. You buy a house, that house I just told you about.
Yeah.
$150,000 house, appreciating 5% a year. You're making $300 a month cash flow. You can sell one of those. You buy 2 of the houses in the same neighborhood at the same time. 5 years from now, provided the appreciation stays the same, at the low 5%. Remember, we think in some neighborhoods, we know some neighborhoods appreciated up to 15%. Inside of 5 years, you can sell one house and pay off the other. So how much more money do I make if I don't have a mortgage on it? Well, let's go back to the previous example. Our mortgage payment was $725, right? So add $725 to the $300. You're making $1,025 a month. With how much risk? There's no loan on the property. The only thing you really have to do on a free and clear property, if you don't want to insure it, you don't have to. But the only thing you have to do on a free and clear property is keep paying the taxes and the HOA.
I think you ought to insure it.
I would insure it. But when you really look at what is your risk for a paid-off house in a good suburban neighborhood in Houston, Texas, that rents for $1,500 a month, I mean, if the rents drop in half, you're still making money. And I don't think that's ever happened.
Rents have dropped in half?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
There hasn't been a Bitcoin-like event for real estate in Houston. I can tell you that. There hasn't been a 60% reduction in values in Houston.
So Michael made a comment here. He's closing on a house next Thursday. Congratulations, Michael.
Excellent. Michael's in our base camp group.
Yep.
Wait a minute. One? You're only closing one Thursday?
Yeah, right.
We're going to have a talk Thursday night then. Base camp meeting. I caught up with a couple of our other students yesterday at the Fort Ben Ria, and they said, hey, we just sold one. We're contracting another, and I got a bunch of appointments tomorrow. And I said, well, did you buy and sell those 2 houses on the same day? No, they were about 3 days apart. And I said, well, what did you do the other 2 days?
Yeah, right.
What are y'all doing?
Yeah. Slackers.
Come on, you bunch of slackers. Get to work. So, look, folks, now is the time. Now's the time to take advantage of this.
Shh, don't give away the secret.
Oh, yeah, the secret. I give away all the secrets, and most people aren't going to do it, right? So here's the reality. We'd put on an event Thursday night. Come on out this Thursday. It's at our office, 11451 Katy Freeway. You want to sign up for the event, go to rightpathrealestate.com. You can sign up there. Sign up. We'll see you there Thursday night. We're going to talk about retirement, how to build wealth in real estate. It's our intro to income and wealth workshop. It's about 90 minutes long. And you'll get an intro to what it is that we do, how we make money in real estate, how we reduce our risk. We are big on risk management here. I was a former risk manager, and I'll tell you, real estate investing, like any investing, is all risk-based. What is it that you have to do to reduce the exposure to loss? That's really what risk management is. We talk a lot about that. We talk about what you're doing in retirement, why it's not going to work. Heck, you can read just about any book on retirement right now, and they'll tell you, at the end of the day, it's going to be real estate. Real estate is the only, I don't want to say the only way, but 80% chance if you're going to become a millionaire, more than likely you did it with real estate. That's just the reality of this, the reality of the world we live in. Buy real estate. It's a great inflation hedge. It brings in cash flow. For those of you who want income from real estate, we talk about how to flip houses and wholesale houses. And we also do flipping, wholesaling, owner finance, and buy and hold. But I'll tell you right now, for you buy and hold guys, this is the time to get.
It's a crazy good time.
It is insanely good. A lot of folks are waiting for the, quote, collapse in housing, and I'm like, I don't know when that's going to happen. It doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. More and more people keep moving here, and they are not building any more houses, at least affordable houses. They're all building higher-end houses. We talk about all this stuff at our weekend retreat and our free event on Thursday night. And I'll tell you what, what's the risk of you not coming out Thursday night? It's just your retirement. That's all it is. I mean, no big deal.
Yeah, put that off.
Go ahead and put that off. Let me know how that works out for you.
2 minutes.
So that's what we're doing Thursday night. What else do we have coming up this week? Let's see, today's Wednesday, so we got that Thursday.
We've got a Right Path Financial Education meeting on a Friday evening, and then we also have one Saturday morning, and a training on that on Saturday. So we've got that.
We got all kinds of stuff coming up. If you guys want to learn how to really build income and wealth, in a realistic, practical way, that Thursday night event that we have here at our office is the way to do it. 11451 Katy Freeway. We're Suite 360. Can't miss us. We got half the floor up here on the third floor. And come on out, and we'll share with you how we do it. We'll share with you how we do it.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And we don't give away secrets on how to get great deals on brand new BMWs, right?
Ooh. That was a little private text message that went around last night.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's one of those, if you throw a rock into a pack of dogs, you know that one, right?
Yeah. Tell everybody on the radio that real quick, the pack of dogs.
So the saying is if you throw a rock into the pack of dogs, the one that it hits will bark.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if there's anybody listening out there that just barked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Somebody said, they'd stop marketing, so they bought a brand new BMW.
Yeah. Stop buying Beamer, start buying houses.
Yeah.
We get back from the break.
Get back to education plus doing equals success.
Yep. We're going to talk about some successes when we get back from breaks. Jason Bible, Tom Perry, Right Path Real Estate. I didn't know you were going to go there.
Got to keep you on your toes, man.
Man, I saw that picture last night, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. What are you doing, dude?
If you're not familiar with Quest IRA,
Yeah.
let me tell you what you're missing. We've got free weekly educational classes, networking opportunities, and the ability to tap into trillions of dollars for your real estate investing deals. Come by our office or join us remotely as we simulcast all of our educational classes every Tuesday morning and evening. For more information, call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or visit our website at questira.com.
Selecting a foundation company and their product for
Yeah.
repair is a lot like a game of chance. You simply don't know what you're going to get. The foundation repair industry as a whole doesn't carry a license.
Yeah, they're
nor
from
is it
further south
regulated.
than that, I think.
However, Foundation Check
Columbia?
utilizes
Yeah,
professional
yeah.
engineers to review all of our files to give you the best foundation analysis in today's market. Remember to check before ever repair. Call 346-702-3825 or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree, single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a 9% preferred return and up to a 13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Did you see that?
Taxes. Just the sound
That
of
is
that word
awesome.
makes people cringe. At Anderson Advisors, we provide tax reduction through asset protection for real estate investors throughout the country. Our unique philosophy has CPAs, lawyers, bookkeepers, and estate planners with one common goal, helping you, the real estate investor.
That's
Check
not
us
what that
out
looks like in
today
real-
at AndersonAdvisors.com.
Right.
And don't forget to tell us you heard about us at Right Path Real Estate.
Yeah.
Are you looking for an
Oh, man.
investor-friendly general contractor
false
for your
advertising.
investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
You know what's weird?
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family
this
investment
person
properties,
never shows
whether
up
it's
in
a
my
flip,
feed.
rehab or a rental rehab. No more managing it yourself. No more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992.
It's almost like the algorithm knows.
Are you a realtor or seller that is concerned about the new TRID rules
That's
and closing
hilarious.
on time? I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer at Legacy Mutual Mortgage, and we have mastered the 30-day close. We close on time, accurately, and with tons of communication. You'll have a dedicated team of a coordinator and a contract-to-close associate. Give me a call today at 713-579.
Maybe that's what the caller was talking
3611,
about
and
when they
let's
heard
talk about how
Jennifer
we can help
Hernandez talk
you
about
on
the
your next
contract to close
transaction.
associate.
NMLS
That's if you're using
514497.
Jennifer as a
Time is money in a real estate
lender.
If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive,
Her people
you
are
could lose a
awesome.
deal
Yeah, they are.
Like that. You need a quick turnaround on
Dude,
quotes,
these are getting
binders,
pricey.
And the
Yeah.
agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands
Rides
your
like a
investor
school
mindset.
bus.
Yeah, right.
They know what you need and when you need it. It's there for you. Call Houston's leading real estate risk
That's
management
design
expert,
engineering at its finest,
Benchmark
isn't it?
Insurance Group of Texas. 281-569-4353.
Yeah, scroll down.
That's 281-569-4353.
No, I'm up. Sorry. That there.
Or
I've never really
online
liked
at
those.
I never liked the
This
944s.
is Business 1110.
All right, gentlemen. Hot mic.
Can I sing with Steve Perry?
Of course.
I'll nod and say I did. Hey, welcome back, Right Path Real Estate Radio. You're listening to Tom Perry and Jason Bible. You can give us a call if you want to ask any questions, 713-785-1817. But if you're going to do it, you got to do it quick because we've only got 3.5 minutes.
So somebody inevitably says, hey, Jason, what if I don't have the $30,000 to put down on each one of these properties? Well, you got two options. One is you got to find these properties at a pretty steep discount, which we teach. Or option two is start flipping and wholesaling houses.
Yes.
We also teach that. We have a thriving wholesaling and flipping business. here in Houston. We do over 100 deals a year, and that's what we teach at our weekend retreat. So come on out Thursday night and get the details on our Pathway to Income and Wealth workshop.
Yeah. So all you got to do is come Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And the best thing is all you got to do is go to rightpathrealestate.com and you just click on the register button, because that's really all it costs is the time that it takes to register and then the time that it takes to show up.
Mm-hmm.
Because we offer the Pathway to Income and Wealth workshop for free.
Mm-hmm.
Now, sometimes I know people love to negotiate. I'm a negotiator. I love to negotiate. In fact, when we moved into this 8,000 square foot of office space, we bought we were subleasing from another tenant, and it was full of office furniture.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime somebody throws out a number, I always want to flinch and say, "Man, is that the best you can do?" And so they offered us all the furniture for $1. And so immediately my reaction, I'm trading myself. I flinch. And
You're
I'm like,
ooh.
I don't know, man. Can we do better than that?
Can we? 50 cents?
Yeah, I know, right.
That's a little. Did you do what do they call it? The higher power close?
Yeah.
It's like, I gotta call my business partner.
Higher
I don't
authority.
know.
Yeah.
Higher authority
Yeah,
close.
right.
I don't know.
Can't make that decision on my own.
Yeah.
So,
I'll take it to my manager.
So you could try negotiating on our free class, but you won't have much success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's free.
We're pretty good negotiators too.
You'll get some water.
Yeah. You will get free water.
We'll get free water.
Right. Or if you don't want to do that, you can just go straight to, because we give an abbreviated version of what we teach at the weekend retreat in terms of mindset about what it takes. I've been having these casual conversations recently, just walking up to people that I've known. I've known them for a while, because you don't just walk up to a total stranger. Hey, what's your plan for retirement? That's an awkward conversation.
They're like, what? What's retirement?
Yeah, right. But I've been asking people that I know. You and I both know quite a few folks, so we can engage in this conversation several times a day, and just like, hey, what's your plan for retirement? I mean, how much how much would it take a month for you to say, I'm done working?
Yeah.
What's your number, right? And the number one answer we hear is somewhere between like $5,000 and $10,000.
Yeah.
And then, okay, well, how much does it take invested to get there? And most people have no clue. No idea what that takes. And so because of that, I'm like, well, by what age do you think you're going to be able to retire? I don't know. I have no idea.
So here's what I want the radio show audience to do. I want you to come up with your number, $5,000 a month, $10,000, whatever it is. And then I want you to figure out how much you will have to have saved by the time you retire in order to retire. How much saved, total dollar amount. And by what age you can do that. And then we're going to have a conversation Friday about this issue, because I don't think once you do that calculation, it's going to scare the heck out of you.
Yeah.
So why don't y'all do that? We'll talk about it on the radio show Friday. We'll love to see you guys Thursday night.
Red pill, blue pill, right?
Red pill, blue pill. You guys are about to get a good dose of the red pill.
Right.
Jason Bible, Tom Perry, Right Path Real Estate. Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys Thursday night.
All right, gentlemen.
Thanks,
have a good
Nikki.
one.
All right, bye.
Bye.